test riding. Now, I know this is something that a lot of dealerships don't allow. I don't know why. I do know Ducati has authorized test dealerships where they're supposed to have basically every new make and model, or not every new make, they're all Ducatis, but every new model on the floor, at least a version of it to allow you to go ride. I get it, guys. Not every dealership's going to let you test ride a bike, but there are ways to still test ride bikes at dealerships. And part of it's going to come back to what Brian just mentioned. You need to have a relationship there. And if you do have that relationship, they'll toss you I say keys, but anymore it's the stupid fobs. They'll toss you the fob and go, here, go out and take it for a spin. Now, obviously, you're not going to take it out. I mean, I'm not going to say I've never taken them out for days or weeks at a time. Most people are not going to be allowed to take them out for that long, but maybe an hour or two. And I think, we got some dealerships locally that allow you to take them out.
Yeah, the biggest thing, I think you can do that, even if it's not a long ride. The most important part is just feeling comfortable on the bike, and you can test that out in a very short time, because the last thing you want to do is get a bike and go, I don't really feel right on it.
Yeah, and you don't want to, we've got riser bars, and we've got different seats, and we've got all this different stuff, but the bike just doesn't fit you to begin with. I don't care how much stuff you bolt onto it. You're going to have a difficult time making that bike fit you, and if it doesn't, you're not going to ride it, and, you just got a lawn ornament sitting out there because you're not doing what the bike was meant to do, which is to ride. There are some other ways to get test rides. And also keep in mind, at least most ads I see for used bikes, you can take a ride on it as long as you hand that cash over first, because if you total it, that guy's keeping the money, and congratulations, you just bought yourself a wrecked motorcycle. But when we're talking about new bikes, most major manufacturers, if you go onto their website, have demo days listed for different areas. I mean, a lot of them send a trailer around to either different dealerships or different events where you can go out and test ride bikes. Keep in mind, those are going to be a little bit different in that it's going to be a follow the leader format in most cases. So don't expect to go very fast or really like push the bike too much, but at least you can get on it and ride it. And then some other things to look at as part of those events. I've been to the MotoGP race down in Austin a couple of times. I've been to Supercross events where they've had the Daytona Bike Week, Sturgis, all those sorts of things. There's typically manufacturers there giving demo rides. They're structured rides. You're not going to ride super far on them, but at least you can test out the bike. And then, just check out your local dealership. Lots of times they're going to have demo days. Sometimes it's a part of the manufacturer's thing, and then sometimes it's just, they got 5 demo bikes on the floor and a bunch of used bikes, and they go, hey, anybody can come out and ride today. I mean, you see that happen fairly often. But if I was going to give you a tip for how to get a ride on a new motorcycle at a dealership that you haven't built a relationship with, it's usually best. Well, it's one of two things. Come in on a motorcycle. Now, if you come in on a Ninja 250 and you're looking to buy the new Panigale V4, this tip is not going to help you. You want to come in on maybe not a comparable bike, but look the part. Talk the part when you get in there. Talk to the salesman. Do not walk in first thing and just say, hey, I want to test out such and such. I can pretty much guarantee the answer is going to be no. Walk in, talk to the guy. They're going to ask you if you need help. And you can say, well, I'm interested in such and such bike. This is the type of riding I want to do. Ask questions. Build up a little rapport. Say, maybe you've got it narrowed down to 2 different bikes, and you say, I'm trying to decide between, this Honda or this BMW, and I can't decide which one I want. I'd really like to maybe take this one out for a test spin. Is that possible? There's a good chance they're going to say yes. Now, make sure you got your driver's license. Make sure you've got your motorcycle endorsement. Make sure all those bases are covered. But if you don't have the relationship, you at least need to build up a rapport. And if they tell you we want you to fill out a financing form, just say, no, I'm paying cash for it. I'm not filling out a finance form. But if you're serious about it and you're genuine about it, chances are they're going to let you take the bike for a test ride.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I do want to offer one warning to current motorcycle owners. When you ride another bike, there is a high possibility that you'll want that bike. I currently love my Yamaha FJR, but I got on Mario's bike, and it's all I've been thinking about. I loved my bike, and now I can only think about getting the
Yeah, I made them. Well, I didn't make the mistake. It's not going to cost me anything, but, I put some 50/50 tires on my Super Adventure because I wanted to get them broke in a little bit before I did the Mid-Atlantic BDR trip. And I was just going to test them out. We were out there, just dirt bike riding out at the farm one weekend. I don't remember if was it even a race weekend or I don't remember. Charity event.
The charity event.
Yeah. So I knew there were a bunch of dirt roads and gravel roads around the area. So I went out, and one afternoon went and ripped and teared and kind of got the tires scrubbed in. And Brian had never ridden a Super Adventure or any of the KTM adventure bikes before. And, we've had some talks about doing some dual sport. We'll call them dual sport rides right now. I don't really want to throw out what they are because then people might hold us accountable to actually go out and do them. But big rides, but where you need an adventure bike or at least a dual sport bike. So I tossed him. My bike actually has a key. I tossed him the key and I knocked him down to whatever, like I don't remember his enduro mode. So he only had 100 horsepower and he went out and rode for a while. And then I was like, all right, now I'm going to turn off some of the rider aids. We're going to give you the full 160. And that's always been thinking about since. So
still smiling.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the FJR, great bike, but you're a dirt bike guy, and it fits you perfectly. So